What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Manny Robles. Manny Robles states that the referee that refereed his fighter, Charles I Walk This Earth Like a God Martin and Luis King Kong Ortiz Saturday night, did an absolute terrible job, okay? And he dropped the ball, okay? So this is what he had to say. He said, to be quite honest with you, all it takes is one punch, right? First and foremost, I think the referee did a terrible job in that particular round because somebody would have gotten really seriously hurt, really seriously injured, Robles said. He said, I'm out there to protect my fighter and look out for my fighter 100% of the time. And yes, he was out on his feet. Did the referee have to step in at that moment in time? Maybe he should have, right? But he didn't, okay? And let me counterpunch that, first of all. I 100% agree with Manny Robles because Manny Robles knew that his fighter was hurt at that moment, okay? And at that moment, the referee could have came in and stopped it, but he did not. Okay? He did not at all. And the fight was stopped later on, but that wasn't what Manny Robles, that's not the point. The point Manny was saying was, at that time you should have stopped it and you didn't. But you stopped it later on when it really wasn't a good time to do so. My man might have recovered after the damage that he's already received on top of the fouls, and we'll get to that, from Luis King Kong Ortiz. Let's continue. That's not all Robles was peeved at. Robles also took issue with Santori's supposed inaction in the final moments that led to Ortiz's first knockdown. Martin was hunched over when his left glove got entangled in between the top two ropes of the ring. During that time, Ortiz was welling away at Martin, and some of the punches appeared to have hit him behind the head. A clear infraction. To Robles, charging Santori, neither Chagrin, or whatever that is, intervened, not admonished Ortiz for the foul. Okay, this is what Robles said. He said, leading up to that first knockdown, what happened after was uncalled for because Ortiz was being the aggressor. Obviously, he's got a hurt man and he's moving in for the kill, which he did. But if you notice during the fight, Charles' glove got stuck in between the ropes and he couldn't turn, Robles said. So Martin pretty much had his back turned to Ortiz, but not by choice. His glove got stuck in between the ropes, so he wasn't able to turn. So when that happened, Ortiz punched Charles behind the head more than one occasion, and the referee did absolutely nothing about that as well. So that's another thing. After that happened, after he could have stopped it, he didn't. And since he didn't, Ortiz went in for the kill. Ortiz went in and he came swinging. He was hitting Charles Martin with everything he possibly could. Like I said, that was an act of desperation. I got to jump on this guy now because if I'm not going to use this opportunity, when the hell am I ever going to get another opportunity like this? Right. And he did so. But as we could see, it was behind the rope. His hand was caught between the ropes. But here's the thing. Even if his hands were not, that's still an infraction. That's still a foul. Okay, even if his hand wasn't stuck, you don't hit nobody behind the head at all. Those are rabbit punches, and Santoro, being a boxer, like you already know, his face tells the story. He knows what's going on. Or maybe they didn't do that back in the day. Rabbit punches were legal. If that's the case, you shouldn't be a referee. Counterpunch, because that could have seriously took Charles Martin out more. And it's already inflicting insult to injury. How? Because he was already out on his feet. This was after that. Then he hit him behind the head 2 or 3 times. Okay? And that ref did nothing. And see, and that's a huge problem I have with referees. Because see, some of these referees, they are motivated by the winner. It's like the winner gets a pass at whatever as long as he hurts the other guy. You've seen fights like that. Like Ortiz and Wilder. Ortiz got nailed by Wilder in the 10th. But what happened, Ortiz tried to instinctively grab. Deontay Wilder took him, spent him around, and chunked him into the ropes. Right? And then did that number right there and then got back. And then the ref didn't do anything about that. But before he spun him around, he whacked him twice, then spun him around, then threw him. And both of those were hard rabbit punches because he was just clubbing Ortiz in the back of the head. So I guess Ortiz learned from Wilder like how to fucking foul. Because it was, but most importantly, what makes it bad, it was accepted. That's what Manny Robles is talking about. Okay? And that's no way to referee a fight if you have any decency and you know what the hell's going on. All right? So I do understand what Manny Robles is talking about on both accounts. That referee put that fighter in danger. Poor timing, first of all. Very bad very bad refereeing because he decided not even to acknowledge the fouls that Ortiz was hitting him with. But again, like I explained, some of these referees that, as long as that other fighter's hurt, he can be fouled. That's bullshit. That's like I was watching Galata versus Riddick Bowe last night. You know what I mean? And Galata was beating the shit out of Riddick Bowe, but that didn't mean he could hit him to the ball sack. Oh, I'm sorry, that was in the 90s. Maybe that doesn't apply to now, especially if you got the A-side fighter. And again, that was bad on Santori. He did have a piss poor job. If I could rank him or rate him, I would give him a fucking D-. You know what I mean? Or an F. Between those two, either of them are bad. Because he didn't do what he's supposed to do when the time was right. Matter of fact, I do give him an F. So Manny Robles has every reason to complain about his fighter because it is his job to take care and watch after his fighter. Because that's who he trains. A trainer has a very, very important job. But when they see injustice, what could they do about it? I think coaches should have a better role or a more important role when it comes to that. Have something of authority. I mean, some coaches do, let's be real, but then some don't. Some, hey, those type of things don't come up. But at least Manny is making that apparent that, hey, I know what's right and wrong, and that was wrong. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Manny Robles is blasting the referee Santori over the way he refereed Luis Ortiz versus Charles Martin. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.